bros, it's Somas here, and quite an interesting update has been released for HoN, and it's time for me to talk about it. Heroes of Newerth went free to play this Friday, but in a nutshell, S2 decided to make their game more like League of Legends, just with other heroes and items. If you purchased an account right before the game went free to play, you can count yourself lucky. Very lucky. You have no idea. If not, you have 15 free heroes to choose from every week, much like in League of Legends, and to get the rest either have to buy them with real money or by playing games. A lot of games. Now, there's a lot of young League of Legends players who decided to try HoN and complain about the game being much worse without really providing many facts or just saying useless things. I suppose you can, hey? I remember the days when I would say, in HoN you get all the heroes right away, and you can't buy power with real money, only cosmetics. It felt so good. Not anymore. If you purchase the game before it went free to play, your account gains the legacy status, and you get all the current and future heroes for free, but I'll talk more about that later. How exactly can you buy power? Heroes are the power. If you can buy them with money, then you can essentially buy power. There will be heroes that you can play better than others. Not to mention the fact that someone who can choose from 90 heroes has a clear advantage over someone who has a selection of 15. How does this work exactly? Heroes cost between 150 and 250 gold. That's about $5. Or between 65 and 650 silver coins, depending on how new they are. Well, it gets funnier when I tell you that to get all the heroes in the game, which would normally cost you like $30 for a simple game purchase, is now almost $250. And that is if you get all the bundles and only buy the most expensive $40 coin pack, as in the most cost efficient way to get them. In any case, my advice would be to wait for a sale or something when heroes get a bit cheaper if you plan to do that. Or, of course, you could just play HoN for like, what, a few years and earn all the heroes using silver coins that you get for playing games. There's also tokens, which allow you to play the other 4 game modes. You can buy them in the shop, and you can get some when you reach level 5. The way it works is it costs you 1 token when you select a hero you do not own. How many tokens you buy when you make a purchase? I have no idea, and it doesn't tell you. Probably another money grabbing scheme. And there are game passes that allow you to play a game mode for a duration. How long is a duration? No frickin' idea. Yeah, S2 sucks. My guess would be that a single token purchase gives you 10 tokens and a pass lasts for a week, but knowing how greedy S2 is, it can be 5 or hell, even 1 token and a 24-hour pass. I know you want me to say something about early access, but I'll get to it later. Heroes of Newerth is now free to play. Was that a good choice? Hell yeah, people get to play this awesome game for free, and we get to keep what we have, for the most part. More players means more fun. However, the way they did it is so stupid. I honestly cannot believe how money hungry must you be to make everything so freaking bad, betray everyone's trust, and make everything overpriced as hell. I have no idea who came up with this idiotic system that makes it obvious that they want your money and nothing else. I mean, if it was up to me, I would do this whole free-to-play thing way different and probably make more cash. But I suppose it's their company, and if they want to kill it, it's their deal. Now we get to talk about the game itself. If you're a new player and this game feels like it's very hard to learn, don't worry about it. I have a few tips. Doesn't really matter if you are from League of Legends or Dota. If HoN is your first video game ever, I suppose you should play the tutorial. It gives you the basic controls and the idea of how the game works, but most of the information presented is essentially bad and useless, and will probably make you a worse player. So much for the tutorial. After that, I suggest you try a few heroes in practice mode alone. Just pick anyone. Heck, just random get some dude, run around and kill some stuff. The good part about practice is that you can get any hero at all, even the ones you didn't buy or not available yet. The really important thing you should do is customize your game. Go into the options and change the settings to your preference. If you're a LoL player, then perhaps you would like the hero outlines and the minimap to be swapped to the right. There are some bugs in the game right now because S2 sucks, but whatever. If you're playing on a Mac, then most likely this has been fixed, but just in case, if your screen is flashing white during the game, go to the interface options and uncheck selection outlines and self-hero outline. If you are crashing when looking at water, open the console with Ctrl plus F8 and type vidwater false, or set save vidwater false to save it. If you are crashing randomly, try getting a 64-bit operating system and 4 GB of RAM. Now, the best thing you can do after that is watch a pro game. Watch yourself how the game should be played and how the best players are owning each other. What they are doing may be too hard to do yourself, but just sit back, watch a couple of games on, say, honcast.com. Yes, I'm not associated with Honcast, I just think it's a cool website. Enjoy yourself and try to soak in the information. If you don't like that, go to the ladder and, yeah, it has been removed for whatever reason. Well, at least the shop button is now bigger. Just go into the replay section on the HoN website and download some of the matches and watch them yourself. After that, I think you should go to play a few casual mode games. Casual mode is like League of Legends. You don't lose gold when you die and things are easier. I think of it as training grounds. However, only play about 5 games in this mode, at most. You can play 10 if you really have to, but trust me, it's best if you don't. The game is not balanced around this mode, and this mode is not why most gamers play HoN. Easiest way to start playing. See the dice icon on the hero selection screen? Press it. It gives you a random hero. When you're in game, press B to open the shop. You should see the guide open. If not, just press the open close guide button. Buy the starting items by right-clicking or left-clicking if you wish, but then it pops up at the bottom and requires an extra click. Now tick the auto-level abilities box, so that your hero's abilities are leveled up for you. Don't worry about it for now. It is sometimes not properly saved between games and won't work. In that case, just untick the box and tick it again. Apart from the items in the guide, you should often visit the supplies section of the shop to get items like potions for healing and homecoming stones to teleport to the lane or back to base. Also, all the items you would need for those purposes can be found in the quick items section in the top left corner of the shop. Now go to a lane and start playing. Usually the setup is 2 heroes top, 2 heroes bottom, and 1 hero middle. If you're new to this game, I suggest you stay away from metal. Please try not to auto-attack creeps, that is, attack them without any reason. If you're attacking a creep, ask yourself this: why am I doing this? If you don't know, or simply can't answer the question, then by all means stop. There is a very nice command in the control options called order cancel and hold. My advice is to bend it to space so that whenever you press space, your hero will stop and not do anything until he is given another order. This command is very useful for not attacking. There is an experience indicator near the enemy creep's health that you can turn on off in the options. If you're within range when the creep dies, it does not matter how much damage you did or when you came. You will get a set amount of experience. The only thing that can affect this is an ally being near, in which case the experience is shared equally, or a deny. That is when you kill your own creep. You can attack your own creep when they are below half health, and if you land the killing blow, you will deny them. That gives the enemy less experience for that creep. What you should be doing in the lane is the last hitting. That is, landing the last killing blow on the creep. Do it on the enemy creeps to get the gold for the kill. Do it on your own creeps to deny experience. A few last pointers: try not to waste your skills and mana on creeps. Save those for killing enemy heroes. If you're getting attacked by the enemy creeps, it is bad and you're doing it wrong. If you're getting attacked by the enemy tower, it is really, really bad, and oh my god, you're going to die. Getting attacked by enemy heroes is not something you can stop. But you have to keep your health up with runes of blight and potions, because if you're below half health, it is bad and oh my god, you can die. That's about it. Just stay in the lane, get experience, breathe in the game, and don't worry about trolls and ragers. If you think some guy is killing stuff way too easily and it's imbalanced or something along those lame lines, then just look at his level. If it's high above yours, then he's supposed to be stronger because he managed to get more experience than you in this game. If he's not that far ahead, then he's simply a better player. Don't worry about it. You're not supposed to rape others on your first game of HoN. If you think you are, then you should probably navigate into your HoN folder and uninstall the game. I'm being nice here. So, after you're done with that part, go into the public game list and search for no stats games. That is, games with a red star. It's not so much of a problem that you'll get bad stats, but more of others getting bad stats because you lose the game for them. This is a team game. People just tend to rage and flame less when their stats are not on the line. Do not play casual mode. Be a real man and play the real thing. Now when you get more comfortable with the game, which could take anywhere from 5 to 30 matches, you should proceed to play matchmaking. Make no mistake, at this point you don't have to be good at this game or anything. Just enough if you simply get the basics. And from here, it's just getting better at the game. You will probably lose your first few games, that's normal. But the bigger problem is that so far your account is not verified. Simply put, compared to their normal thing, you are playing in random hell. Games are completely random and any team can lose or win, and it doesn't even matter how good you are. There's also a lot of leavers and griefers. Why? Because it's free. Basically, absolutely anyone can create a new account and join your game. It could be a pro player, it could be a guy who never played video games before and didn't even play the tutorial. Oh, what a fag. If you want my advice, just spend that $10 to get the gold coins from the shop. That automatically marks your account as verified, so you can play verified only games where it's a lot better. Or if you really don't want to do that, you'll have to play enough games to reach level 5 and get verified, which is around 50 games. More if you're not really good and lose a lot, less if you stomp all the noobs. And a hell a lot based on luck. Don't worry though, you can level up by losing as well, so you will get there eventually. Some words about the coins. I really don't like the direction S2 went with them, but here's the explanation. Gold coins is the real money currency in HoN. Silver coins is the currency you get for games. In the shop, you can see that some things cost less gold coins than silver. Don't be fooled though. That's all just an illusion. There is no relation between gold and silver coins whatsoever. Gold coins is basically your cash, silver is silver. That's it. When the shop was first introduced, you could only get one type of coins, be it by cash or playing. Same stuff. They then introduced money-only gold coins, which I think wasn't that bad. It allowed them to move some of the stuff you could buy on the internet, like a stats reset, into the in-game shop. Quite convenient, if you ask me. And if you wanted to, you could mix your gold and silver coins to buy something. Well, that is until it went free to play. The tight bond between silver and gold coins is no more, and now it's all about money. Why? Because if you could still mix them, why would you purchase some heroes using gold and not silver? And you have no idea how many buttons there are on the screen to take you to the shop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Trust me, you won't get lost if you want to find the shop. So when you play matchmaking, there's some stuff that makes you get more silver coins apart from winning, like winning the first game of the day or getting bloodlust. Something new introduced in this patch is the social bonus. Play in a group with friends and get more coins. Cool idea! Did I mention they reduced the maximum number of friends in your friends list to just 100? Yeah, I'd be happy if they could suck me off. Why am I forced to choose between my friends? What the hell, S2? Not cool! It's probably because those money-hungry douchebags don't want you to get coins from the social bonus because it only works with friends. P.S. They have confirmed this themselves in the podcast. God damn it, guys! I really want to accept all my friends' requests and chat and play with you guys and stuff, but why the F does S2 make it so difficult? I'm sorry, there's very little I can do about this. So, that covers the free-to-play part of the game. You can watch some of my videos if you want a basic idea of how to play from a first-person perspective. If someone posts a hate comment or anything, don't get mad or bothered by it. Just ignore it. Seriously, guys. Just don't reply to the guy. My level of play is more than enough for a new player, especially with a commentary. If you can play better than me, props to you. I know some League of Legends players complain about HoN graphics being worse. That is just a big lie. There's nothing to compare. HoN graphics are better. They mentioned not being able to tell what's happening on the screen and it being too hard to differentiate allies from enemies. Well, maybe that's because in LoL, enemies are giant moving rectangles of red colored health and are slower than in HoN to boot. Oh, and if you think that telling apart enemies from allies is the hardest part of HoN, then you can go ahead and play League of Legends. When I first played HoN, I had no idea what was happening on the screen in a big team battle. It was just a bunch of flashes and then I was dead. But it's not because the graphics are bad. By far the hardest part of HoN is learning all the 90 heroes or so and what they do. And that is exactly why a new player has no idea what's happening. You want me to spell it out? Because you're not supposed to do that! Jesus! That's how this game works! Sorry, I guess. HoN and LoL are just different games at this point, just with different heroes and items. HoN is not better, neither is LoL. I prefer HoN because I'm more of a competitive gamer. I like the harder environment and almost never play single player games, hence why I don't really need bots. But that's just preference and I know I'm the minority in this sense. I will tell you that it takes about 100 games to learn most of the things you need in HoN and get seriously hooked on the game. That's about twice the games required to reach level 5 and get verified. I'm not saying it won't be fun for the first 100. It will. It just depends on the person. Okay, I covered that. Sort of. Now to discuss the new stuff. Changes in patch 2.1. The spectator interface was reworked. I really like the new look and feel. Well, that about sums it up. The new British announcer isn't really British, but at least he's a gentleman. I'm really surprised he wasn't a premium, but that's probably because he's not as good as Duke. And so he ended up in my vault. Random in all pick no longer gives bonus gold, more of a countermeasure to it being overpowered for free-to-play accounts as they can only random from 15. I don't really mind, Real Man will continue to random. When attacking from fog, the amount of time you are revealed to the enemy has been lowered from 3 seconds to 1.25 seconds. This is a good change, and I can also imagine myself raging more often now because of how the fog works. A lot of balance changes as well. I agree with most of them. The useless energizer has been buffed to be an okay item now. Neutral creep ability cast times have been lowered. Combine that with the new selection highlighting, where you can tell which unit is selected, and you have yourself a good Ophelia buff. Pathfinding still sucks though. And finally, I saved the best for last. Early access. Since there are 2 slots in the early access and heroes stay there for a month, all new heroes will now be early access, because new heroes come out once every 2 weeks. The hero is more expensive for free-to-play players. As for the legacy players, it becomes available after a month. Sounds cool, except S2 broke all their promises regarding HoN being a one-time purchase, with all new heroes being available and constant updates. Sadly, it is also a gameplay advantage that you can only buy with real money. If you think that having a month to train with and play a hero before everyone else is not an advantage, then I don't know what to tell you. And the saddest part is that this could just be the beginning. Since at this point S2 already has lied about everything humanly possible, I don't see what's preventing them from adding more features that will be purchasable with money to get a gameplay advantage, even for legacy accounts. They have also mentioned the possibility of a paid expansion, which basically means it will definitely come out one day if HoN doesn't get completely murdered by Dota 2. I saw this coming and have always said that S2 sucks and is lying, especially with the 6,800 silver coin case, but it still has its fanboys. There are less and less people defending S2, but there are still some. Not sure why. Maybe they really like MS Pudding or something. Or maybe they're just the bunch from HoNcast sucking up to S2. Oh, we're not with S2 on this, but honestly, why are all of you acting like kids? Grow up, that's the real world. This is business, people lie. And the funniest part comes when he says, I'm just trying to be logical here. What the F, man? What kind of retarded logic is that? You're saying it's normal to lie? Oh, but everyone else does it, so it's okay to do bad stuff and break the law since everyone else does it, right? I almost took you seriously there for a sec. Good troll. But then I remembered Honcast is an S2 partner. You know who you look like right now? Here's a little clip from The Lonely Island.
I threw the rest of the cake too. Welcome to the real world, jackass.
Yeah, you look like an a-hole, bro. And you know what happened to them at the end of the clip?
They tased me in the butthole. I fell to the ground. The phonies didn't let up. Tasing on my butthole over and over. I was screaming and squirming. My butthole was on fire. The moral of this story is...
Damn, son. Doesn't feel very nice, does it? And guess what? This is not the real world. This is the game world. I want to keep this real world crap out of it, and you're not helping, bro. This isn't really about business. I mean, put a bunch of ads in the game if you're that short on money. I don't mind looking at some ad while sitting in queue, as long as I'm not lied to and can't buy power with money. There's a lot of things I would have done differently with free-to-play, but whatever. Those were my thoughts on the new patch. I can't really say that the game is still the same, since it is obviously changing. Will it become a better game in the future, though? Who knows? It depends. Can S2 save what's left of its reputation as a company, apologize to the players for once and fix the bugs that plague the game instead of adding 10,000 new items in their shop? We will have to see for ourselves.